Hi, it's Millie. Today I'm just going to do a fun little arbour. You can use these in your weddings, you can do these as a photo opportunity wall, that sort of thing. I'm just going to show you how quick, simple and easy it can be. I'm going to start with a beautiful lush magnolia. And I'm going to start, the way that I want this to is just curved all the way around. So I'm just going to start, just find my angles to make sure it all works in the way that I want it to. And then it's just filling in the gaps. And magnolia is spectacular because the leaves are so big and so beautiful. They actually give you a lot of coverage. So as you can see, we're starting to take a little bit of shape there. And because I'm using that, I'm just going to make sure I follow that through and make sure I've still got a little bit of the magnolia out in the forefront. So it's not just layered with different greenery, it's all incorporated and mixing through. You won't see where one end starts and the other ends. Just clump, if you were using Morea or mock orange, just clump your stems together to get a more full fill. It will take you less time than putting one in individually. Just pop 2 or 3 together, 5, 7, whatever your little hands can handle. Cut on an angle and just start filling in the gaps again. Straight up. Leak down your shirt. So I've got my around the outside and then I'm just going to incorporate to the front again, so we're getting the 3D effect with the greenery. A little bit of beautiful Israeli ruscus. As you're doing it, you're always looking to see where your holes are, where you're going to need the next bit of greenery, so you don't have to stand there and measure. I've already taken a calculation of where I want the next greenery to be and how long I want it to be. Just speeds up the process. Don't overthink anything. Because it's more of the 3D effect, it doesn't have to be perfection. Once again, love it, love it, love it. I've pre-soaked the Oasis, the floral foam that's up there. It just comes in a vat and I've secured it to the frame with some cable ties. So as you can see, that's starting to fill up. Using beautiful ferns and foliages, it actually takes up a lot of surface space. Got a beautiful little bit of olive to bring in the rustic feel. And I love olive because it's got that silvery back and the green on the front, like that really velvety, gorgeous, gorgeous green. So as you can see, using all the different textures in the greenery, it's really starting to come alive and really feel really beautiful. Actually got some sea star fern too. I'm just going to pop those in there, looking beautiful. Then I'm going to start using some of my feature flowers. I've got a beautiful Phalaenopsis orchid that I'm going to have draping down. So I'm just going to cut that on an angle, find the flow there, and just pop it. So don't stress about little things like that. So as you can see, it's starting to take a beautiful shape, and we're just going to fill in beautiful little flowers. I've actually bought some rust in. These are the Jimba disc buds. Looking gorgeous. And then I'm going to start filling it in with some pretty little Lisianthus in the holes. Don't forget the buds of the Lisianthus. We really love using those because it just makes it all feel so gorgeous. Just going to reflex those roses just a little bit. So it's just, there's a certain point in a rose petal where you can feel that it can just pop out. So just with your fingers and very gently, just feel it. It's normally about halfway down. Don't worry if it tears a little bit. That hasn't yet. See how we're trying to get the size of those popping out? So just very gently with your hands, pop it out. And then just with the centre, use your hand and just loosen that up a little bit. We are almost done. What I'm going to do now is just fill it in with a few leucadendrons with that silver and red foliage because I've got the tones all matching there. That's why I've chosen those. So without having to put more rust or red or anything like that, you can see the incorporation of the tone coming through there, and just at the tip of those leucadendrons is that rusty colour, and I think that looks beautiful. Now, all those flowers are sitting in water because the oasis has that all soaked up. Just going to go around, make sure there's no holes in it, and I'm going to use the viburnum for that because it is a nice little thick leaf and it will fill up any holes. I think that's pretty much done. Now remember, everybody looking at this is actually at quite a distance. So being everything perfection is not necessary. Having the perfect shape is. Having beautiful tones of flowers is right. Making sure that you have a secure arbor is number one, and then everything else will just flow from that. I really enjoyed doing that. I hope you enjoyed watching it.